here. But you know what? It means we're probably all wrong.
I know when I saw his predictions, I'm like, oh, crap. I'm going to get a bunch wrong today because I have a lot that are different from Daehan.
Just like, I think I'm like, there's a 74% chance we're all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, GuMiho's a great player, even so. But I think Classic is kind of on another level these days.
Yeah. I feel like if you look at GuMiho's past results, he has had some really incredible performances in this matchup. You know, his win versus Zest after the Booth debacle was pretty intense.
The bonk.
The bonk.
Yeah. Well, Classic, a lot like Sue, is pretty good in this matchup, you could say. 7-0. He has not lost a single game yet in PBT.
The defending Star League champion, beating a Terran player, beating Dream, his teammate, very handily there as well. 4-1 versus GuMiho in total. So, we talked about those Code S matches, but also just probably some more recent results.
I love the way that Classic looks just so serious every time he gets in the booth. You can tell he's like a real pro gamer in the sense of the word. He is like coming down here to do his job, and he is not going to mess it up. Like every single time I see him, he's on point. It's one thing I really love about Classic.
Yeah. Whereas like GuMiho, for example, is kind of trying to troll in the chat. Like Classic is just simply ignoring him.
Classic's like, yeah, whatever. I don't need to respond to this guy. GuMiho's 0-2 in this matchup. The only 2 losses he's taken have been in TVP.
Yeah, but his record overall has been pretty nice. He's a great player. He's shown a lot of promise this season. And I think MVP is such a great fit for him as a player right now.
For sure. Definitely seems to be very comfortable on this team. The guys are about to jump into game number 2 here. Classic versus GuMiho on Vaani Research Station. Let's jump into it right now. Down here in the south in the orange for SK Telecom T1, the Protoss player. He has not lost a single game to Terran yet this season. It is Classic.
And his opponent to the top of the map in teal, it's GuMiho, the Towel Terran, the Nine-Tailed Fox, the Bonk Terran,
the Booth Terran.
I couldn't.
Wasn't able to catch that one.
that was too much for me.
It's so funny when both of us are here casting, we both just go silent when any Korean comes on the screen. We're trying to get that translated, but unfortunately, we both failed.
Talking about Kanada's master play over some certain period of time, but I couldn't catch what was happening after. It was like asking if he agreed with something. It's too confusing though.
For some reason, I have a habit of reading from the bottom whenever it's in Korean. It's kind of strange, but the bottom was just like, hopefully next time we can get a 13-minute cut. I don't really know what that's referring to.
So it must have been referring to some program that Kanada's on where he shows his play. Something else to note is recently the MC got Master League, and apparently he's not shutting up about it and posting a lot of pictures about it.
Yeah. Well, it's a big feat to get Master League in Korea.
Yeah. I haven't been that league in a while in Korea.
I'm just chilling at Diamond, doing my thing.
But it's tough to get over the edge, especially because the level of play in Korea is so high. There's so many people still actively playing, and also there's a lot of hacking going on as well on the Korean server, which a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it's a very real issue.
Yeah. We got to talk about the elephant in the room.
I mean, it's such a big issue that I feel like it really hurts the amateur scene in Korea because you've got so many players that want to practice, so hard and become a pro gamer, and they're just being stopped by hackers. They can't get a high rank because rank often determines, whether a team's interested in having you come to the house and try out.
And that's your main way to practice when you don't have a lot of practice partners.
Exactly.
It's your only way to practice, really.
And it really hurts players who practice primarily on ladder, like a player like Parting, for example. He's hitting all these map hackers while he's trying to train to perform well in the GSL. It's like, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Funny that all happens, and Parting in an interesting shape these days, but still makes it in to the round of 16 for the 10th time in a row.
Yep. Parting, insanely consistent player in the GSL.
Guy's a monster.
So this CC first is scouted and slightly delayed here, just slightly by this probe.
I like this probe, especially when you're going against a Terran you probably feel comfortable against. You're not going to be too scared of losing that mining time, and of course the probe can always be annoying, as you said, you know, delay some buildings, poke at some SCVs, get a really nice scout first and foremost.
Little tip for you probe harassers, always stop attacking the SCV once you hit 5 shields, because when you turn around it takes a bit to accelerate, so you're going to take that extra 5 hit points, but you'll still lose no shields. Then just shift click and run around until your shields regen, and then keep doing it. As long as you have at least 5 shields and you decide to step away from the SCV, then you won't lose any actual hit points.
The Terrans definitely feel like those guys are big probe harassers, for sure.
Yeah.
GuMiho going to go very safe here. 3 racks. Wants to make sure he doesn't die to anything crazy, no blink all-ins. Nowadays in this matchup, it's been kind of very passive. So I guess he just wants to play it safe and eventually get that 3rd CC up.
Yeah, 3rd barracks first. Slightly delayed Reaper, of course, to try to confirm what's going on. The CC will come up here fairly soon. With the 3rd barracks extra safety. Oh, wow. GuMiho's done this before. Okay, so this is a build that GuMiho showed us in the GSTL All-Star match, and I know you're probably like, GSTL what? I'm like, yeah, the GSTL.
I'm like, which year was this, Wolf?
It was 2013.
Okay.
And he showed this match versus, I want to say Parting, when he was back on StarTale, but either way, he won the game. He just rushed out Reapers. You have to have this eBay to defend Oracles. You rush out, say, like 5 or 6 Reapers, jump them in. I just keep rallying Reapers. If the Protoss is cutting units and they only have 1 Stalker, if the Stalker dies, you pretty much lose the game. At the very least, he's going to have to turn his Oracle around. Oh, wow. He's actually taking the gold base on top of all this. It's just about to be an insane game.
Well, GuMiho definitely going to have to get the scout on that gold base. He can for sure shut down the mining there for a while. We'll see if this Oracle is also going to get done. Do not forget about that. The Marine's actually going to go off the watchtower as this Oracle spawns.
Okay, the Reaper checks it, yeah. Yep. And now he's got only 3 Reapers, so he's not actually going to commit as hard as I thought.
Oh, he hides it.
Yeah, really well done. And now these Reapers are going to come in here. There are 2 Stalkers. Oh, no, actually, just still 1. It's actually spotted by this Marine. The Marine's going to distract and actually take out these shields, so he can actually kill that Stalker with the Reapers now.
Classic's never going to expect this, just straight up. He's going to have a second Oracle that's going to pop straight in time. Now he has seen it. He's re-rallied that Oracle. Yep. Let's see how much damage these Reapers can do.
I'm a bit surprised he's actually chasing these with the probes. Definitely not a good idea. It's going to allow GuMiho to do the maximum amount of damage, which in this case is going to be 4 probes. Not really worth it, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, he for sure 100% shuts it down. In the meantime, he wasn't really able to micro that probe, or rather that Oracle, the first one, to get too much damage done. But gets 2, keeps it alive. He's going to have a 3rd Oracle on the map, too, which may be something that GuMiho does not expect. And he's going to be putting on the pressure as he gets that gold base up.
He knows there's not as many Marines as there normally would be. So he's going to actually just split these Oracles. And look at this, killing several SCVs, killing a few Marines as well.
Look at that play. He splits them up, micros both at the same time. This guy is on point today.
Probably microing a little bit on the mini-map, to be honest, with the second one, you know, he's microing. And now he's got a gold base up, which I'm going to check and see if GuMiho's even seen this, because I don't think that he has.
I do not believe so. And right now he's gotten SCV to check the normal 3rd base because he wants to make sure that Classic is not getting too far ahead.
He's massing Oracles, he's adding 2 Stargates. He's adding more Oracles into this. I just checked, GuMiho has no idea about the gold base.
I wonder if this is something that Classic had planned for this map, or if he's just responding to what GuMiho's throwing at him.
I think we might...
you know, massing Oracles against mainly Marines, you get a small gateway army with it. It's going to be pretty good.
Let's see if he keeps making Oracles and he switches to Phoenixes. Or if he like does something totally crazy and adds a fleet beacon.
Goes Tempest.
Or even carriers. Okay, it is going to be Oracles. It's actually just going to mass Oracles versus Marines. GuMiho is going pure Marine, and he's going to try to hit that combat shields timing.
Is he going to go charge lit Oracle? Because, you know, it's going to take a ton of gas to make 3 Oracles per Stargate.
Look how much damage they output. You can actually kill building add-ons. You can kill these depots.
Yeah, and much like when you have Phoenixes in mass, oh, a bit of a miss micro there, loses 1. But much like when you have a lot of Phoenixes, you can, you know, micro them in and out of the missile turrets, in and out of the Marines, as long as they're careful.
I think he's going to die. I think Classic's going to die here. He has 1 Stalker and 5 Oracles. 2 of those Oracles have very little energy. Okay, just warped in 3 Zealots. These are about to have Stim and Combat Shields. They have +1.
He has no Mothership Core with this build, too.
Yeah.
So no Photon Overcharge. Stim is done, and here he comes.
Oh, he's kiting maybe too much.
But he's trying to target down these Oracles as well, but all the Marines are going down, and more Warpins are coming in.
Looks like he's going to survive this.
Yeah.
And now, I think it's time to add some turrets at home. This drop over here, they're going to hit a few of these probes. Classic losing a lot of mine time. Now, keep in mind, GuMiho doesn't have a 3rd base at this point at all. And
that's the big thing. And, you know, Classic is not losing all too much. Eventually, he's going to come over here and clean up this drop. And, well, that was a kind of a interesting Oracle beam there. But, yeah, I think GuMiho had to do a bit more damage. His 3rd base is so late. Classic's got a gold base with 5 gateways being, you know, turned into warp gates right now. He's going to have huge production on these 3 bases.
He needs to get that production going because Oracles alone are not going to cut it versus the attack that's coming across the map right now. And he also needs to be in position. These Marines can actually target that cannon down and kill all the probes if he doesn't respond right now. Zealots don't have charge yet. He's dealing with all of his Oracles are dealing with 1 tiny drop, and now he's got slow Zealots versus Marines. That's not going to be enough, and this is a ton of damage being done here already. Now the probes are going to be forced to leave. He's going to kill his pylon. More Zealots coming, but
he's going to buy a lot of time for these Oracles to come back. The question is, can the Marines deal with the straight-up Oracles? A bit of a mismicro there as well. More Zealots being warped in.
This is
trying to deal with these Marines.
So crazy. This is insanely close.
The block
to block him, and now he needs to pick up and leave. He needs to pick up and get out of there.
He can't pick up and leave. All the Phoenixes are going to kill the Medivacs here. He's going to lift 2 of the Widowmines at the same time, but does he have enough units here?
I don't know. Widowmines, bro, and they're going to do massive damage to these Zealots. Several of them going down, and this push looks like it is going to break Classic.
Oh, boy. Oh, man, those Widowmines getting down was huge, and he's going to lose that Nexus now, and it's not over just yet. It looks like this drop is going to be able to come into that back door.
All right, here we go. 2 Widowmines burrowing in here. 1 gets lifted right before it got the burrow up. The second one died before it burrowed, so no damage done there. Charge is about to finish, but he's only got 7 Zealots left. He's lost his 3rd base. GuMiho is, you know, now with the 3rd CC.
Yeah, and where do you go from here as Classic? He's got that +2 armor, as we do see, but it looks like he's going to try to go into Chargelet Archon as he gets charged here. But losing that base, he's going to lose his 5th and 6th gases. He can't really support those 3 Stargates. It's really an awkward spot here for Classic.
Upgrade-wise, it's 1-1 to +2 armor. I feel like GuMiho's best bet is to just keep making Widowmines, add some Marauders, and get a bunch of Vikings here. He just builds a bigger, larger army. He can contain Classic on 2 bases. Does not want to overcommit to this fight, though. He's going to go into the base.
He's got only Marines here besides those 2 Widowmines. Going for the lifts on the Widowmines, a decent force field, but this is so many Marines, and even with 2 Medivacs, he's going to be able to keep them alive for so long.
Yeah, even with just those 2, the Phoenixes are not able to push them back, and he wasn't able to get the full surface area.
Look at this. 2 Widowmines getting down. Goodbye, mining at your natural.
And Classic is just getting shreked.
You know, that's pretty much it straight up. He's desperately trying to warp in some stuff, but just Marine Widowmine is enough to deal with what Classic's doing. GuMiho, an incredible response here. GG.
I have to say, I feel that this styling that we're seeing these Colossus try to do these days, the Colossus drop, the Mass Oracles, not really feeling it. I think there are a million better ways to play this game, especially after getting away with a gold base for free. Just get your faster charge, get your faster +2 armor, get some Colossi out, or faster Templar. Mass Oracles can beat small numbers of Marines, but GuMiho just kept making Marines. It was just like, well, I guess with combat shields, I can just beat you in stim. Charge Zealots are great versus small amounts of Marines, but if they're tightly packed like that, you can't get the surface area. Even the force field on the ramp worked against him because it protected those Marines further on the ramp. And he ran out of energy, so GuMiho just kept attacking. Widowmines are the clear counter to this. They deal with Zealots and Oracles both insanely well.
And even just Mass Marines, I feel like GuMiho hit a timing where he had killed enough Oracles in the sky where he's like, I can just rally Marines to your gold base, and there's nothing you can do. He kept him distracted with that 1 drop, and before those 5 gates got powered up, before he got charge out and +2 armor, Classic had so much pressure on him from GuMiho. And we do see the Titan of killing Terrans here going down, going to take his first loss. And I don't know what to say, but Dayon is some kind of prophet of Starcraft 2 because that guy was the only guy to vote for GuMiho, and he gets it right.
That's pretty strange, man. Again, like my take on this is pro us is stop styling, play standard, beat these players you're better than.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll be right back.